Between now and June, then, a simple orientation will serve many of you well. Hold gently what has been revealed. Bring clean attention to what feels ripened and ready for form. Bless what has completed its season, then free your hands for what is asking to be built. Give yourself to one tangible act of preparation that the deeper self can recognize as honest. Allow conversation to become more sincere. Allow work to become more aligned. Allow the home to support the person emerging within it. Allow creativity to become an instrument of order. Allow relationship to become a place where the future is practiced in miniature. Through choices like these, April becomes far more than a stretch of days between one celestial marker and the next. It becomes the workshop in which humanity learns how to carry revelation into structure, how to translate inner awakening into form, and how to dwell more consciously within the stream of a world that has already begun opening and is now becoming steadily, gently, and unmistakably available. Within the larger unfolding, what we see as the new Atlantis era beginning to rise. Within it, its first new city, one we shall name LUMINARA, for its embodiment of creator light amongst its people. LUMINARA rises first as a pattern of relation long before it appears as a named society, and for that reason, many among you have already touched its atmosphere in brief yet memorable phases, when speech became cleaner, choices became simpler, and the sacred center within started feeling more practical than the social performances that once organized so much of daily existence. Across the same planetary ground where older systems continue their visible movement, another order is becoming inhabitable through people whose inner lives have grown steady enough to carry reverence into work, learning, stewardship, art, and community. So the coming civilization begins less as relocation and more as a change in what kinds of human beings can sustain a shared world. Much of its arrival will look wonderfully ordinary at first, because kitchens, classrooms, clinics, workshops, gardens, meeting tables, and small circles of devoted people are among the first places where the grammar of LUMINARA becomes legible, and from those humble sites, a wider civic body begins learning how to organize itself around dignity, reciprocity, and the deep remembrance that every person belongs to one living source. Passage into it occurs through compatibility, which means a person gradually becomes able to live inside a finer order without needing old patterns of manipulation, display, hurry, concealment, or domination to hold daily reality together. And that kind of compatibility grows through lived character far more reliably than it ever grows through fascination alone. Wherever reverence begins guiding practical decisions, LUMINARA is already taking root, because the new society is built from the inside outward and therefore depends on human beings whose motives have been cleared enough that their gifts can be trusted with larger responsibilities. Beneath that shift lies a change in appetite, since many who are ripening for this world discover that coercion feels coarse, excess loses its glamour, dishonest speech becomes tiring to carry, and reciprocity starts feeling like the most intelligent way to move through land, resources, relationships, and shared responsibility.